Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome. And Dogecoin to the moon, right? We've got Doge going to the moon next month, and we're going to talk about that. We also had an exciting Starship test launch over the weekend. Despite the media calling it a failure, I thought it was pretty cool. Interested to hear what you guys think. And I know I'm late. Is it too late for you to buy Dogecoin? I'm late today because I just couldn't get stuff finished in time. But hey, I'm here. You're here. We're all here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Ryan is here. Hey, Ryan. Mars. Sorry to hear about your pup. I lost my pup back in January, and I know how it feels. So you'll be okay. It's tough, I know, especially when you've had someone, a family member, for that long. I know, but cheers. Hope you're well. Giancarlo, hi. How's it going? Hey, Dogecoin, not that bad. Despite all the FUD out there, all these things going on, couldn't hold 8 cents. 7.8 cents, though. It's pretty good. Yeah, I know we had a big run over the last month and not completely sustaining it, but I mean, there's Bitcoin 37.5. It's just Bitcoin's kind of hanging out, not doing a whole heck of a lot. So if Doge dips a little bit, accumulating Dogecoin, right? That's the title of today, accumulating Dogecoin. And we had a nice little dip here just a little bit ago, came down to 767. So again, we're still stacking and still waiting for good times ahead. I got a very interesting chart to show you guys today that, if things repeat like they were in 2021, skyrocket ahead. But first thing first. Overall, let me zoom out and let's take a look on the 4-hour chart, and you'll see, it's up and down and up and down and up and down. And when you see these downs, those are buying opportunities for Doge, still in the 7-cent range. Will it dip back below 7.5, maybe down to 7? That could still happen. But there's also, a lot of positive things in crypto too, but the FUD, well, one of the FUDs is Binance. Will CZ pay a $4 billion to the United States to get them to back off and stop their investigations of him? It's like seems like a shakedown to me, but the United States has been investigating CZ and Binance for quite some time. They've already gone after a number of other exchanges. they can't really touch Binance because, I mean, there's Binance US entity that's still trading that I used to support, and I don't anymore. You don't see it down here because they removed all the fiat on-ramp and off-ramp stuff. So, and there were some questionable things that were being uncovered about CZ's involvement in the whole corporate structure for Binance and then Binance US. And I just thought, you know, it's just best to get out of the Binance business here, because in the United States, you can only use Binance US. You can't trade on the real Binance unless you use a VPN and go through that. I don't do that. I know there are some who do, and they like trading on Binance. So be it. But that doesn't stop the United States government from investigating. The SEC, the DOJ, the Fed, or whoever else is involved, looking at this and thinking, we have to do something, right? We have to do something. I mean, it's like our old friend Gary Gensler says, right?
And I'm looking after the American investor.
Oh, looking after the American investor. What does a shakedown of Binance and CZ for $4 billion do for protecting and looking out for the American investor? Nothing. So it'll be interesting to see what how CZ responds to this and going forward. So anyway, I'll keep you guys up to date on that. But that was the one FUD thing, because someone was asking what kind of FUD. Omar asked. It's like, well, there's one right there. There's always stuff going on. It's crypto, you know. It's crypto. So that was that. But I wanted to start with crypto traders are looking at Dogecoin again. Here's why. Doge flashes a rarely seen technical signal that has historically been followed by a parabolic rally. Interesting. So now you have an opportunity for accumulating and stacking Dogecoin. Cointelegraph has a nice little picture here, stacking your Dogecoin, right? So you stack your Dogecoin in hopes of what? In hopes of what? When meme coins go parabolic, it's usually a market top signal. And then a warning that investors' euphoria has peaked. The market witnessed similar speculative fury in the 2020-2021 bull market when Dogecoin chased after $1. We all thought it was going to $1, and it didn't make it. 74 cents. We also had SHIB rallying by tens of thousands of percentage points. We had non-fungible tokens, or NFT, prices hit high-watering highs, 6 to 7 figures. I mean, that was craziness, right? But then what happens, right? You hit the peak, and then boom, big sell-off, bear market. That's what we've been in, this bear market. And with the bear market, this is accumulation time, right? The accumulation time to be stacking your Dogecoin, preparing for what? What are you preparing for? Well, I'll tell you what I'm preparing for. Despite only being up 13% for the year, Doge had a 33% gain over the last month. So, up to 8.5 cents, and now it's fallen back just a little bit. But that gain has put the asset on some analysts' radar. Take, for example, crypto trader Tony the Bull pointed out that Doge price rallied into the 1-month parabolic SAR indicator. What is that? Well, that's a move that Tony the Bull says was previously followed by a 23,000% rally. So what does that look like? It's a stop and reverse signal. It is used to determine price levels where an asset could stop in its current direction, begin a trend reversal. So this is what we saw back in 2020, or actually really 2018 into 2019 into 2020. And then right into 2021, it took off. So that was a 2-year really a 2-year sort of downward curve that Dogecoin had. Well, guess what we've had since 2021? We've had a 2-year downward curve. And now you can barely see it here on the chart, but it's just starting to tick up. If I click on this, let's see if we can get it bigger here. Let's go to Tony the Bull's X post and we'll click on the link. And there we go. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about an upturn at the end of 2020 and into 2021 where it took off. That followed this 2-year sort of downward swoop. Now we've had a 2-year downward swoop. We're just starting to tick up. Does that mean we're about to go parabolic? Well, Renee Pear says, potential reversal here for Doge. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, let's load up and throw this dog a bone. Dutch Doge is shaking, intensifies. I mean, we don't know, right? We don't know, but that's what this is showing. Very interesting chart. There's Fibonacci levels that you can place on this. I'm not so much for the Fibonacci levels. There's other TA analysts that talk about the different fib levels. That's not me, but I do look for larger patterns of trading. And Tony the Bull has one here that is very optimistic about Dogecoin, which is why we're talking about accumulating Dogecoin today. And that this dip that we saw here today could be just another one of those buying opportunities. Buy on the dips, right? Buy the dips. So that's what I was looking at. That's kind of the big news. Let me check the chat and we'll get into some of the other news that we are looking forward to. Bull Run is here. What's up? Bulldozer. Hi. Welcome, Jason. You're here. Bull Run also says, looks like SEC is losing crypto battles. Wants at least a chunk of some money. Could be. Shake down. Yeah, Jason, I don't know about $18. We had that discussion. No, $18. The amount of money coming into crypto will raise people's eyebrows. And that is what we had at the end of 2020 and into 2021. That's exactly what we had. We had a lot of new money coming into crypto. And a lot of it came into Dogecoin. So why not 18? Why not? Right? Sure. Why not? Hey, I'd be a very rich man if we had $18 Dogecoin. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of you too. So we were going to take, let's zoom out, take a look at Doge here. So from like the middle of, this was about a week ago, right? Doge was down here at 7.1 and had this little dip down just below 7 cents. So we're up from there on a more of a macro scale, despite these little ticks that I made on Friday. On a macro scale, we are experiencing higher lows. And with that higher lows, that is an upward trend. So in the more of the macro scale, we are in an upward trend with Dogecoin. On the Bitcoin 4-hour chart, Bitcoin is also in an upward trend, but not as great. It's more flattened, but there is definitely an upward trend here. We can see also higher lows. And then wherever the next one is going to be, right? So we see that with Bitcoin as well. So that's been over the past week, 2 weeks, actually. This goes back to the 7th of November. So that's over 2 weeks. We've had this upward trend moving up with Bitcoin. How is Dogecoin compared against Bitcoin? Well, if you recall, I made this prediction back on October 25th that we would see this upward trend. And so far, despite some nice peaks for Doge. Doge comes back, and it's coming back right into this line. So far, so good. Almost a month in of my prediction, and Dogecoin is better today versus Bitcoin than it was back on October 25th. So we will watch this and see whether this continues up, because that was what I was reading back here when Doge had that last big dip there on October 25th. So we will be watching that as well. So 783, is Dogecoin going to get back up to 8 cents tonight? Oh, that would be good. That would be good. Unless some of you may be waiting for some bigger dip, looking for a lower price. I think some of you out there still thinks 5 cents or 4 cents or something like that. And I'm just like, I do not see that. But indubitably, yep, all the higher lows. Hi, Nina, how are you? Haven't heard anything lately about Doge possibly transitioning to proof of stake. Have you? So if we go to foundation.dogecoin.com, so the Dogecoin Foundation still has on their trail map, they still have this thing about this proposal of community staking proof of stake right here. So that is still on the Dogecoin Foundation's, it's sort of like this timeline thing. The foundation, it's this right here. And this is from, I mean, this was like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, they put this in here, and it's still here. The foundation are also working with Vitalik, founder of the Ethereum blockchain. Oh, we said Vitalik. Hold on. Wait a minute. Got Vitalik.
Vitalik clapping.
There's the Vitalik clip. All right. I'm crafting a uniquely Doge proposal for a community staking version of proof of stake that will allow everyone, not just the big players, to participate in a way that rewards them for their contribution to running the network. At the same time, gives back to the whole community through charitable causes. I'm against it. I'm completely against a transition of Dogecoin from proof of work to proof of stake. Dogecoin is a perfectly fine, full, has its own blockchain, has the mining that validates all the transactions on the blockchain, keeps it safe and secure. Vitalik, I think, would like Dogecoin to transition to proof of stake. And then he had talked about like building some kind of bridge, right? That would be between Dogecoin and Ethereum. And then Dogecoin could be the currency, while Ethereum takes care of all of the smart contracts. So you don't build anything on Dogecoin, you build it on Ethereum, but Dogecoin bridges to it and serves as currency. In concept, if you believe Ethereum is all that great, yeah, maybe. And with that, Vitalik actually thought that Ethereum could overtake Bitcoin in market cap, and so could Dogecoin. So that Ethereum would be number 1, Doge number 2, and Bitcoin number 3. But to me, that just opens up possibilities for there to be some kind of hack, some kind of hole that these scammers, they'll find a way in. They'll find a way in. I mean, we've seen it on bridges before, the Ronin bridge on Harmony One just totally crashed Harmony, and it had nothing to do with the Harmony, the blockchain. It was the bridge. That just is asking for trouble, in my opinion. So Elon reached out to the Dogecoin devs to, make Dogecoin faster, more lean, reduce the fees, and the devs did that about a year and a half ago in one of those updates. And Dogecoin is just fine. So, but thanks for asking about about proof of stake. I haven't talked about it for a while. There is no proposal. This is the exact paragraph that's been here for a year and a half. Nothing has changed. There's no transition for Dogecoin to proof of stake in the works. So that's what I know. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it looks like ETH reached its peak and is going nowhere right now. Yeah, ETH is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether ETH is, I mean, it broke back over 2,000 here. And it's just generally following the crypto market. It's following Bitcoin. It's trading pretty much with it. So I don't know if we're going to see some big ETH run. And I know you're in a number of these other, lower cap blockchain coins, and I am as well. I have some Arbitrum and Avalanche and a little bit of Matic and a few of these others here, some Aptos. So those, in my opinion, have a better chance of doing like a 5x to 10x, where I mean 5x for ETH gets it to 10K, which would be double what its previous all-time high was. And I don't know, Ernie. 10K ETH, I don't see it. I don't see the momentum behind ETH to get it to 10K. So here was its all-time high back here in November of 2021, and it like 4,800. So double its previous all-time high. And I don't see it right now for ETH. So I don't see it. But I mean, you never know, right? It's crypto. You never know. So you sold all your ETH? Feels exactly like the last Doge rally 3 to 4 years ago. Many people were waiting for a big dip and then boom. That's exactly correct. That's exactly right. That happened. I remember early April 2021, and people were waiting for, it's going to dip back down to 5 cents because it had been trading up at 6, 7 cents. It's going to dip back down and be able to get more, and it didn't. But before you knew it, it was 12 cents, 16 cents, 20 cents, 40 cents. I mean, just crazy trading. So I'm not doing any swing trading on Doge, nor am I waiting for any huge dips. I'm just continuing to accumulate on these smaller dips when I see them. Accumulating Doge. That's what we're talking about today, is accumulating Doge. So that's what I'm looking at. All roads lead through ETH. So Ernie is a huge ETH fan. Good luck. I do own some ETH, and I have it staked, and I'm earning ETH every day by staking it. And it's just part of my overall portfolio. It's not a huge part, but it is part of my portfolio. I did a bigger bet on Algorand, and that has not paid off yet. But Algo at 14 cents could 10x to $1.40, and that isn't even close to its all-time high, which was, I mean, it was up over 250. So 10x to $1.40 for Algorand, that would be awesome. And that's doable. Yeah, there's more Algorand tokens today than there were a couple years ago. That is true. And there's more Ethereum out there now than there was 2 years ago. Although Ethereum, with its transition to proof of stake, is somewhat, they're burning a lot of ETH, but yet there still is some inflation, and it still could inflate. There isn't a hard cap on ETH that they made, so we don't know. You've got a big bag of Algo too? Yeah. Well, we also have Algorand in our Kriss DCA portfolio, which is up 28%, and our Algorand is up 41%. Our average is 10 cents. So that's pretty cool with the Algorand. My Algorand bag, my average, because I've been buying Algorand for a long time, and this is my average. This light blue line at 20 cents. I was able to average down finally by accumulating over the summer. I was able to average down to 20 cents on my Algorand. So that's what that light blue line is. That's my average now. And I haven't bought any algo since the summer. I haven't been buying in this latest upswing. Instead, I've been now going back and buying Doge on the dips. I feel I've got enough Algorand baggage, because this was a long bear market for Algorand. It really was. So any of you that have algo, you could be hurting unless you just started buying this summer, because then, I mean, you could have been buying down here below 10 cents. And that's where I was doing some buying down here as well, bringing my average down. So this is my average up here. This is that 20 cent line. That's now my average. So still down like 30%. But I think it'll do okay. So I don't always just talk about Dogecoin. And I know a lot of you are only into Doge and it's only Doge, but I do diversify. I believe in a lot of other cryptocurrencies like some of you. And I continue to talk about others as well, because Dogecoin doesn't trade in a vacuum. It does rely a lot on Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin has a red candle, Doge most likely has a red candle too. That's generally how Dogecoin trades, except when it has its own catalysts. So what could the next catalyst be for Dogecoin? Well, how about Dogecoin ready for liftoff? Can the new mission send Doge to the moon? So we talked about this last week, made a video that was very well received and well liked, that Doge to the moon. And I showed all the articles and the detail of how a literal Dogecoin, not digital Doge, but one of these memento Doges, was actually going to be transported to the moon and is going to be sitting on the moon. It's in one of these moon boxes, right? With a bunch of other stuff. But yes, Dogecoin on the moon. And it's not SpaceX's Elon 1. It's the Vulcan rocket, December 23rd or 24th. I'm not quite sure the date yet. They're saying here December 23rd, but I saw another article that was saying it might be December 24th. So this is Astrobotics Peregrine spacecraft that is going to be going to the moon, and there's a lunar lander that's part of it. And on board that lunar lander is going to be stuff. There's going to be some scientific equipment that's going to be out on the moon gathering data, but then there's other stuff that is along for the ride that is going to be placed on the moon, of which a physical Dogecoin is one of those things. It doesn't really do anything, but it is a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon. That's what it is. So, and then we've got Elon Musk's SpaceX lunar mission, the Doge 1, which was originally intended to send Doge to the moon. That was the one that was paid for in Dogecoin. And it was postponed to the first quarter of 2024. So their next launch window for that is the week of January 12th. So we will be keeping our eye on that, on the Doge 1 mission with SpaceX. But first, we've got this Astrobotic mission, which is coming up. It's just a month away. It's just a month away. It's going to be cool. Again, what does this have to do with Dogecoin? It's just, that's what you get into when you invest in Dogecoin, is meme coins. And how do meme coins gain value? A lot of it is hype. And it's just these crazy things, right? But a lot of it also is thinking about the future and where could the price of Dogecoin be in the future. Certainly, if SpaceX Doge 1 mission happens in January 2024, is looking huge for Dogecoin, with might be something with more with Tesla and X Twitter. And whether X Twitter and Elon Musk follows up, he still has the Doge D in his locator right there, XD. That D is still there. That oh yeah, and there's lots of great photos of the of Starship. Just unbelievable Starship launch over the weekend, which again doesn't have anything to do with Dogecoin, but it's all part of this Elon ecosystem that is tied to Dogecoin. Dogecoin is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And 2024 could be the year of Dogecoin. So I do have another physical Dogecoin right here that is going to be a giveaway in 2024. It's still in its protective casing. It's all nice and shiny here. That's coming up. So here's my, that's already kind of grimy, but I got a new one that's going to be a giveaway. You can hear it. So, but in order to send you a physical Dogecoin, that means I need a physical address to send it to. And a lot of you like to be anonymous and don't want to give out your address. So, but we'll find a fun way to give that out. But I did buy that. So, just letting you know. Giveaway. Yes, Brian, giveaway. And not only is there that giveaway, but there's also the Kriss DCA portfolio giveaway, where I'm going to be giving away Dogecoin. And it's like 75,000 Dogecoin. At what price? We don't know. But yeah, Ryan, you could use a P.O. box. Yeah. Someone could use a P.O. box for that. But that's coming. Just giving you, you know, when the hype starts coming up on Dogecoin, we're going to do something fun like that. So right now we're just having a little dippy-doo down to 775. A little dippy-doo in the price. So I'll send you some Bitcoin. You bought some Bitcoin stuff? Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We also had this other thing over the weekend in Argentina, which you guys may have heard last night, was Javier Milei. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Being elected the next president of Argentina, and he is pro-Bitcoin, anti-bank, pro-Bitcoin. And it looks like one of his biggest economic proposals is to get rid of all the banks and all of the Argentine peso, the currency, which is practically worthless because it's inflated away, and go on a US dollar standard and incorporate Bitcoin. That would be huge. That will be huge. So, and Elon says prosperity is ahead for Argentina. And Billy Marcus says, this guy seems cool. So it is another El Salvador. Yes, Ryan. And it takes someone who is out there, right? And has thinking that goes outside of sort of the standard bureaucracies that normally run countries like we have here in the United States. Our United States government is pro-bank. I mean, they're all in bed with the banks, right? They do the bank bailouts, right? They don't care about the little banks. It's the big banks. Those are the ones they care about. And so that's why a lot of the people in Congress are coming up with all these like anti-crypto bills that none of them get anywhere because there's too much pressure on the other side to say, hey, wait a sec. The people in the United States aren't going to want this because that's just leading to more government control, which goes against what people in the United States want. And I guess Elizabeth Warren doesn't care because she's like, ready to retire pretty much anyway. But the younger ones aren't going to vote for it. It's more the younger ones that are pro cryptocurrency because they know there's a big percentage of people that are going to support them if they support crypto. Argentina just did it. They just elected a president who is pro Bitcoin, pro cryptocurrency. Very exciting. And that's why the price of Bitcoin shot up last night. That was back here, right? So it shot up, but it's a little, it wasn't this huge thing, but just again, higher lows, right? Higher lows, all kind of moving forward. So our government is silly. Bull Run says, so happy about Argentina right now. That's awesome. Yep. That guy is my kind of crazy. And Nina is tired of the big banks. Ernie says, I bought a Doge mask and outfit, and I'll be at the launch on Christmas Eve. Is that excessive? No, it is not. Absolutely not. That will be awesome. Yeah, and that's taking off from Cape Canaveral, right? That rocket. So that's not a SpaceX one. That's whoever it was that is Astrobiotic. I don't even know how all of that gets paid for, but yeah. Hey, Low Roller, how are you? Yeah, what the heck happened to Yearn Finance, right? Oh my God. I was watching it, and here's what I guess. I guess that some of the big whales just sold after this big run. Yearn Finance was down here at about 5,900, doubled in price, up to almost 15K it hit, and then they just started selling. Big sell-off by the whales. Yearn Finance, as a DeFi protocol, it's still a great project, but whether these were just early investors or people who got airdrops or something and were just waiting for Yearn to do something big, or were they some of the developers? I don't know. I have not. I haven't heard of the news about uncovering who actually did the selling other than whales. But yeah, it's hurt the project. Now here's my average right here. My average is at 8,300. This blue line is my average, and we're just above it right now. Because I have some of this. And I mean, after this big run, I was thinking, finally, Yearn Finance takes off. This is cool. And then dump, big dump. So this is another thing why you got to be careful with any cryptocurrency that is not a proof of work cryptocurrency, because you don't know when these things were created, who got all these tokens, whether they were pre-sale, pre-mined, given out in airdrops, just minted directly to people. You don't know. So again, I don't know who all of this selling was, but again, this is like a 40% drop in price. It's like, wow. Yeah. I heard the majority founder owns. Yeah. And I wouldn't really call them coins. I would call them tokens. I think it's not a proof of work. It's like, yeah. I know only 33,000. Yearn Finance only has 33,000. That supply is small, but someone had enough of them that they sold off and they just profited. Now, are they buying back in lower and they're playing a game here where they sell high and then they buy back in low? Maybe. I mean, that's quite a dumpage there. That is a big dump. Well, that can happen. And that's what you have to be careful on projects like this. But yeah, I put some into this the beginning of the year, thinking that, hey, we'll see what happens. And I'm still a little bit in the profit, but not much. I'm almost back to even. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. What else going on? Not too much else here. We covered all of this Argentina stuff. Doge looking good. Liquidations, Bitcoin, $2 million in Bitcoin longs in the past hour. $2 million of Bitcoin. Who's doing long leverage trading on Bitcoin right now? Because Bitcoin does these drops. And for that much to have been lost, that means somebody was doing some long leverages on short timelines with a lot of money. It must have been up here after these candles. Somebody opens some big, huge leverage long, and then the price goes down and they get liquidated out. $2 million. So I don't do leverage trading, and I also do not short. So I mean, shorting Dogecoin. I would never dream of doing that. I don't want the price to go down. I own way too much Dogecoin to be playing those games. Dogecoin at this price is still 58% in profit. So still over half of the Dogecoin wallets are in profit. So that is pretty good. That's pretty good for Doge. So that gets us up to date. Let's see if there are any liquidations else going on. See what the Doge liquidations look like most recently. Yeah, there's a leveraged long right there. $650,000 in Doge leveraged longs on exchanges like Binance, OKX, Bybit, Huobi, BitMEX. People doing leveraged Doge trading, and Doge is dropping in price a little bit, and they're just getting liquidated out. So you can go onto this and you can look at, this is on coinglass.com/liquidation data, and you can see this yourself. And it's just like, people, what are you doing? It's enough, when you look at this, it's enough to keep you from doing leverage trading. So, the Vulcan 9 launch, 1:30 a.m. 1:30 in the morning. Oh, I see why. The 24th for Florida time, and it still could be the 23rd Central and West Coast time. Oh, that makes sense. Thanks for clarity on that. I was curious myself why some said 23rd and some say 24th, and that makes sense to me. Yeah. Elon should allow Dogecoin payments for Starlink. That would be cool, Jason. Yeah, that would be cool. Again, for those, also hit the like. Always appreciate it. The like, I usually don't ask during streams. I forget. I get so wound up, but definitely hit the like. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Always appreciate the support. And then if you're interested in this portfolio here, which has just been going up, up, up since middle of October, we hit the green and it has just taken off. We're now 28% in the profit. And those that have joined my YouTube channel are already going to get a chunk of Dogecoin. And so I invite you to join the channel, go to my YouTube channel and hit the join button. And not only do you get your name in green in the chat, but You get to use these fun emojis that I have, and I'll be adding more emojis as more people join up. I just most recently added the Elon Musk ad, but there are others, other Dogecoin, dog, a Bitcoin one for some people who do like Bitcoin, and the monkey. I don't know what I'm looking at. One, and you get a check mark next to your name as well, loyalty badge. So you get that, and so it's $5 a month minimum. You don't have to be all-star or MVP, but just the rookie level, $5 a month. And we're going to be selling this portfolio that I put $10,000 in, and it's now at 12,800. It was just up over 13K here earlier today, this morning. And we're going to sell this portfolio. Well, we're going to sell half the portfolio. We're going to sell all this other stuff, not the Doge. We're going to sell all the other stuff. And then I'm going to be distributing the Dogecoin to those who have joined my YouTube channel. And there's 75,000 Dogecoin here to distribute. So I'm giving away Dogecoin. And all I ask for you to receive the Dogecoin that I'm going to be giving away, you got to do something. And that would be joining the YouTube channel. So think about that. Think about that. Yeah, I don't know anything about this skill game thing you're talking about. So I don't know anything about it. Sorry, low roller. What else going on? A price of Algorand, 14.25. It was going on a big run up here, came up and hit 15 cents again. And that's just where it tops off. And it does that again and again and again. It just can't get over 15 cents. I needed to get to 20. I want to get to 20. Come on. We keep getting close with Algo, and then it goes back off now. Hedera has been going on a run. I think Miss Bull Run said something about Hedera. And so Hedera is, again, higher lows, but it's been trading really well. So it's finally making some good moves for Hedera. What else is popping there? Not too much. Not too much else. Again, we looked at Urine going down. Fetch AI has been going up. It came up over 50 cents, which is good for those in Fetch AI. That's good. My average is here at 36 cents. So I am in the green on Fetch AI, but nothing else really popping off right now that I am invested in. And there's the dancing Doge. Thank you very much. And I mean, you can always go to CoinMarket and you can just click on this 24-hour CoinMarket cap. And you can see like ApeCoin, whatever, Clay, Gnosis. There's Hedera. Gala is starting to wake up for those that are into gaming. I'm into Immutable X. That's my gaming bet is Immutable X. But I had sold my Gala last spring before it took a big dump. So I got out of that. But it's waking up. I didn't like what was happening with the founders. They were going to be suing each other and all that. And I was just like, yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that crap. Huobi token, KuCoin token. Those are exchange tokens. I don't really buy those. I've got a little bit of Crow just from crypto.com. When I was using it, I had accumulated some Crow tokens and I still have them staked and accumulate more. But that's my only exchange token. I don't have BNB anymore. I don't do anything on Binance Smart Chain or anything like that. I'm out of that business. So, yeah, not really a whole lot else going on when it comes to that. So that's where we are right now, guys. That's the update. Hope you all are doing well. I'll be doing a video tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, we will be doing our standard 5 o'clock stream, and then we're still late night Friday. So that's what's coming up. I hope you all are well, and we will see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.